I am Dungeon Master, your guide in the realm of Dungeons and Dragons.
All right, welcome back, everyone. I am the Dungeon Master, and this is Heroes Wanted. Tonight, we rejoin the party as they are in the cave seeking shelter. They didn't want to be out on the open road because Noman just is uneasy about Carpathia, as well he should be. Carpathia was the enemy of Caldonia back when he was created, and so, he's always been a bit wary of Carpathians, and now with everything going down with the Duke and Karen and everything, he's just got a bad taste in his mouth about Carpathia in general, and so not wanting to be out in the open, you guys found this cave, and Soggy was loving it. It had a little river running through it that he was able to go and bathe and swim in, and
And uh, and I imagine the owlbear cub is sort of like splashing along with Soggy.
yeah, and as you guys um are in there, you had noticed some slime trails, and then a giant snail with a huge skull-like shell. It's a shell, but it's shaped into a skull. Comes crawling out of the darkness towards you guys, and you all get to roll for initiative. So go ahead and initiatize.
I think it's a flail snail.
It does indeed not seem to be a flail snail.
It is not. And Soggy, I'm gonna get that portrait loaded. I don't know why it's not accepting my picture. Like, there's nothing different about your portrait from anyone else's, and yet for whatever reason, it keeps coming up blank.
Loading properties, maybe?
Forgot to change my dice color.
And you see how the dice gods have punished you for it.
There. Now I have the die.
Yeah.
So literally, we're dealing with a skull snail.
This is a custom creature.
a creature of your design?
Yes, sir.
Great, that means I'll name it, since no one else can dispute me on that.
I already called it a skull snail.
Isn't it a flail snail?
Nope, it's not a flail snail. I hypothesize that it might be a flail snail, but it is an unrelated, slug.
All right, so Soggy, you have won the initiative, and you get to react first as the snail comes bursting for a snail out of the hole.
Giant death snail. You know when something is dangerous, it's called a death snail. Soggy sort of looks at this sort of curious snail and says to others, "What is that?"
Oh, and just for the record, that's just the name that I entered because I had to put one in. It is indeed a new creature that like you guys are unaware of, so feel free to name it.
We'll see how. I guess I'll see how it fights.
It looks like snail, but has human skull on it.
Ah, but it is a giant human skull and it has a swirl pattern, so you can tell that this was organically grown, but it is shaped like a skull because fuck this thing. I mean, let's be real here. It's a giant purple slug with a human skull looking shell on its back. If
Farg!
anybody, yeah, I just saw that. If anybody saw this in real life, they would get out flamethrowers.
I'm gonna say, Mori
salt.
mollusca.
Or salt.
Yep, that's what makes sense in my head.
Soggy sort of looks to him and tries to looks back to his bear cub friend and says, "Stay behind me. Everything will be fine." And Soggy sort of looks to the death snail and says, "Hello?"
All right, so go ahead and roll an animal handling for the owl bear. Even though the owl bear can understand you to some extent, it is a baby.
Yes, I know.
Can I have the map again?
Nope. It's the Wishbone Cave.
Such an interesting name for a cave.
Does my religious knowledge grant me any I guess knowledge on this creature?
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to remember all of the lore and like whether religion would play a role in that. No.
Okie dokie.
Oh, well, possibly if you know the history of Carpathia's religions.
Probably not.
Okay.
Speaking of knowledge, would nature allow me to know things?
I mean, it's possible. So you can go ahead and roll a knowledge nature check to see what you can, deduce. But again, this is not a creature that anyone's really ever seen or described. Like, this is first contact. As far as anyone knows.
Indeed. And Salgi's sort of like going to say hello, sort of cautiously, and is going to hold back his action unless and he's going to hold his action until the moment the snail acts violently towards the group.
And then what action are you going to take?
I'm holding my action.
Right. But if you're so
Which action are you holding?
right, if you're readying an action, you have to specify which action, and then
I'm gonna
the
cast a
Like, are
spell.
you reading a melee attack? You reading a spell?
A spell.
okay, which spell?
Thunder Wave.
Thunderwave. Got it. All right. So Soggy prepares to cast Thunderwave as he cautiously tries to make contact with the snail. And if the snail comes charging towards him or his friends, he'll cast Thunderwave if he thinks it's being aggressive.
Indeed.
All right. Is that your turn?
Yep.
Okay.
Cast 8 on my allies. Everybody has an additional 10 HP.
Sweet deal.
Can I have the map?
It's the wishbone. It's difficult for me to reshare it.
Oh, okay. Okay, now I see
Wishbone
it.
Caverns 75 something 795 8675309.
Yes, I have found it.
Okay.
Noman is going to move forward, and
Oh no! Don't charge it.
no, I just move up.
Oh, and then what?
I'm going to, with my standard action, I'm going to take oh wait, it's not a standard action anymore, is it? It's just an action. With my action, I'm going to dodge. And with my bonus action, I'm going to use cover on myself.
Oh, hold on. Okay. 1 second. Uh-oh.
What?
Nothing. I'll have to deal with something later. Okay, so ah, crap. I'm gonna have to program in dodge again. I forget how to say that for the coding to make sure that everybody takes disadvantage when they attack you.
Wait, but I thought dodge conferred a +4 bonus. Is it disadvantage when attacking?
That's 3.5. This is 5e.
Oh, really? Okay. Huh, all right.
Yeah, and 5e. When you take the dodge action, is disadvantage against your armor class.
Okay.
Yeah, hold on just 1 second. I'm just looking this up. It should be something pretty simple, but there's a lot of code. Okay, so that's for your attack. Ah, there we go. Grant dis ATK. Perfect. 1 second. Okay. Drag and drop dodge over onto yourself.
From where?
From your sheet.
I have dodge on my sheet now? Oh, there it is.
I just keep imaging Piccolo from Dragon Ball Z in my head. Dodge!
Oh my god, yes.
Okay,
Alright.
so I can now click the dodge effect button to
Yes.
grant disadvantage on attacks to self. Okay?
Yes. Correcto mundo.
Nomen is now impossible to hit. Basically. Yeah, that'll end his turn.
Okay.
Snail's
So
gonna hit us at Mach 60 or something.
So the giant death snail moves forward and goes to attack Noman, which triggers Soggy's readied action.
So it's acting violently, and it doesn't respond to Soggy's words.
Oh, it did. When you said something to it, it came forward and went and tried to attack Noman. Turns out that although the snail might be able to understand you, its ability to communicate is limited by its extremely limited intelligence. So, you know, you're talking to something that is
A
not,
moron.
yeah. Yeah, I have to choose my words more carefully, but yes, exactly.
It isn't as thorough with words.
All right, so the giant death snail is going to attack, but go ahead, Soggy. You. Oh wait, where are you thunder waving?
Over to the death snail?
Which means that it's Noman too, right? Because thunder wave is a 15-foot square.
Yes, but you can move the square.
Right, but here, I'll help you out. Okay, so you have to be touching the square somewhere, right? And so no matter where you put it, where it touches you and the snail, Noman is in the way.
Well, it's fortunate that Noman is taking the dodge action.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Yeah, Snowman is actually.
Well, this is an
more
AoE attack. not a
Yes.
targeted attack. So
Yeah,
it wouldn't
yeah,
affect his armor class.
No, it doesn't affect that and all that. I'm just saying that like it'll be fine. I'm not saying he shouldn't do it. I'm just making it clear that he has to target Noman as well. And then go ahead and deal the damage. Yeah, and then neither of them are pushed. But the thunderous clap of energy vibrates out and shakes your armor, Noman, your plating, and the giant death snail. 1 second. Oh, the dice are making noise now? Hold on.
Yes, indeed, they are.
That'll end.
No, I like that.
You like that?
Yes, it adds to experience.
Okay.
But Havoc is one of these old street kids. He's in the back of the alley, like clickety clack, like playing like craps and shit.
Clickety clack, clickety clack. Won this on a hot hand of dice. I can't even find it. Hold on. What? How is the dice making noise and that's not an option that I can like adjust? Okay, whatever.
Some programmer was like, I took the time and effort to put that fucking sound in. You will hear it every time you roll it.
Well, and you can't even turn off the dice rolling or anything. It's just wow. That's surprising. That is surprising. All right. Otherwise, Fantasy Grounds Unity has been fucking amazing so far. Soggy, your spell damages the giant death snail. Whoa, what just happened? Oh, okay. Did you figure out how to make it not make noise? It didn't make noise on my end.
It made noise for me.
Oh, it did? Okay. Oh, okay, so it doesn't make noise when other people are rolling dice? Sweet. Uh, anyway, Soggy, your spell damages the giant death snail, but then the skull, the eyes begin to glow.
Soggy sort of covers his eyes in fear, knowing that looking at something like that might affect his mind.
Okay. And then the giant death snail attacks Noman. Its slug body oozes out of the shell and slams forward into you, trying to coat you in its slimy slime.
Like Icker.
What's that?
It's Icker. That
Yes.
nasty,
Yes.
slimy crab.
The ichor. What?
He's like, nah.
I don't like that. All right. You guys are lucky I roll in the open, otherwise I'd be like, yeah, that hit.
I'd still kind of be calling bullshit if he hit me under those circumstances.
Well, I mean, you see how high he rolled with a 7.
Yeah, he's got a good bonus, but my AC is even higher and he's at disadvantage.
Under those circumstances, I can understand why you'd be skeptical, but it's not out of the realm of possibility that I hit you.
No, it's not. Fair enough.
Soggy.
Soggy, sort of like looking downwards, trying to avoid the gaze of this skull, is going to try and hit the death snail with its Eldritch Blast.
Hit him right in the foot. It's soft.
No, stop, Krillin. You're only making him stronger.
Huh? Is that true?
No, it's from Dragon Ball Z Abridged. They're fighting Frieza, and Krillin is stuck on Frieza's horn, and it keeps going, and it starts giving him the Mario 1-ups.
I remember that.
Krillin, stop! You're only making him stronger. No, 19.
So it's got a high armor class.
It's got a really high armor class, and as you smash the snail and blast it with your Eldritch Blast, you send forth 2 goldfish, like those bubble eye goldfish.
Oh,
And
like koi's? Like those big ass, like big goldfish?
no, not the koi's, the bubble eyed ones, where they have those huge eyes that puff out on the side. They look like little hammerhead sharks. And you send them forth, and they swim with their elegant tails smashing into the snail's skull-like shell. One of them just kind of like absorbs right into the shell, and the other one smashes it, and you can see like the zap of the eldritch energy dealing damage to it. And so yeah, it takes how much damage? You got to roll 1 time for your damage.
I already did.
Oh, I see. Okay. Oh yeah. That looked like a D20 to me for some reason. I was like not looking properly. And then as that happens, all right, the skull. Hold on, let me read this again. The skull just continues to glow the same as it was. And Nova, is that your turn, Soggy?
Soggy's going to try and figure out what exactly this glow means.
Okay, what would you like to figure out?
Arcana?
You'd like to roll Arcana to see if there's anything magical about it? Go ahead. Whoa, that rolled way off my screen. All right, no, 19 again. So, as you look at your spell hitting the skull, you realize that the skull, the shell, is capable of absorbing any magic directed at it, and that if the skull shell absorbs enough magical energy, it could trigger some kind of like effect.
Soggy, seeing this, sort of like lets out a yelp and says, "No magic! Magic could cause bad thing!"
And then is that your turn? Oh, you're moving? Okay.
He started stepping back in fear.
Okay. You got to get in one of the squares though, so there you go.
All right. So I guess I'm gonna go ahead and cast it's supposed to be on.
You had it on Noman.
Okay.
You
Well,
gotta target him again and try again. There you go. Yay! This is ridiculous. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna decide that you're made of metal and I don't like metal.
And why would you ever make such a tactless decision like that? Hmm.
I got the counter for this. Your armor class is 72, huh? Well, nuts to you.
I'm gonna 5-foot step this way. And...
Hey, get out of my way. I want to eat your squishies.
Hell no. Hell no. Let's see, what can I do here? If only I had a better tool for this. But I do not, so... let's target us a snail, untarget ourselves, and begin laying down some smacks. Is that correct? Yeah, that must be correct. Okay. Excuse me. Ugh.
That is all correct. Yes, sir.
That didn't work.
Well, that sounds like user error.
Ah, it was so close to a 19.
No, that's a 1.
Yeah, it was close though.
No, it's like 18 off.
Shut up. Anyway,
As your sword comes out of its sheath, it kind of like sticks for a second. Despite your meticulous routine, you didn't have time to really clean all of it properly this night. And sure enough, the one night you weren't on top of everything, it jammed right when you needed it the most. Well, I mean, I guess not right when you needed it the most, but you know.
yeah, cool.
you do your morning stretches.
I'm gonna pull it with my hand to get it out, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
cut again. And just roll kind of lame.
Yeah, you do indeed pull it with your hand to get it out, but then you can only get it out just in time to deflect as the snail comes at you again and only get off a half-assed swipe back at it, and it's like, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to spend a charge to overdrive and ward myself against damage. And that'll be my turn.
All right, well, the snail did not like that.
The snail can suck on my exhaust pipe.
So the snail is going to go here, and then here, and then attack you anyway.
Who is it attacking?
You.
Oh, okay. Is it able to complete that movement without provoking?
Yes. It never left your threatened range.
Oh, is that how it works in 5e? That's
Yes.
really lame. All right.
Yes. So I move
It's
over
like
there.
that in 3.5 either. It's 3.5. It's like moving through, like moving past somebody's
No, no, no.
threat.
In 3.5 and Pathfinder, it's if you move inside of someone's threatened range other than taking a 5-foot step.
Yeah. Or rather, the very, very precise wording is if you move out of any square they threaten without 5-foot stepping.
Right.
Yeah. So in Pathfinder in 3.5, that would have provoked, but not in 5e. That's the wording they use.
Yep. No, in 5e, it's only if you leave the threatened range.
Okay.
So, but I still missed you.
Yes, because you just rolled for shit.
I know.
We've all been there, buddy.
I'm
I empathize with you, Big Snail.
okay, because I'm sad about it. I'm a sad
Yeah.
snail.
Yeah. Anyway, so
I think I'm just gonna crawl back into my hole and call it a night. You know,
I could be amicable to that, honestly.
like let's just wash our hands and be like, all right, you guys have a good evening.
I hope y'all brought your good collection of hitting sticks, or you're just going to support me, because apparently magic is a no-go.
Well, I mean, you saw it. It worked. He took damage.
Well, yes, but at what cost?
At what terrible cost?
I don't think we have the ability to defeat a creature that can absorb our magics. We might want to reconsider our place to stay tonight.
Soggy's got this. He busts out the blowgun and starts shooting darts at the snail.
Of course, they just sort of ping ping. So
Yeah.
he sort of looks and says, "Too high."
Soggy, I honestly don't even know what to make of this. As you can see from everybody else's rolls, D20, D20, D6, D20, D10, and then you go and roll a G20. Why are you rolling a G20?
Wait, I see that too. What?
What are you doing, Soggy?
I don't know. I just touch the blow dart and I do the thing.
Let's at it.
All right. Well,
One day should come a time where a D&D would roll the dice of God. That
right.
day has come. Soggy, thou art the chosen one.
Oh,
Soggy sort of looks to it and says, and looks to Noman and says, "Can you try prying off shell?"
oh my God! What?
Soggy has seen you lift up heavy thing.
Snail, it's like 60% of its body or more is like in that shell. You're not getting them out of there.
Well, I don't even mean that. I just mean like that's like really like wow. Okay.
just try pulling the shell off. Okay.
All right, well, just the fact that he's like rip its shell off.
I mean, it's being hostile and the shell is absorbing all the magic.
Oh, I get it. No, but it's just if a bear
Soggy's,
if a
it's
bear
just Soggy's.
if a bear charges me, my first thought is in burn its fur off.
No. As Soggy just, it's because the Soggy sort of seeing the shell sort of absorb the magics through its shells, sort of surmises that the shell needs to get rid of before.
Nova walks up to Noman. Do you say anything as your hand begins to glow?
This is a battle that's going to last a while. And then I say, "Your wounds be gone," and I touch him, and his wounds start to glow and heal.
Indeed. And
I was
all
only
of
missing 2 hit points.
yeah, and all of his wounds are now gone. Hey, yeah, but I mean that was the perfect amount of healing then.
The cure wounds rolled for
Oh, I see. It's 14.
14.
I just saw 3 come up. So yeah, okay.
There was a 14 hit point heal dumped into somebody missing 2 hit points.
Yeah. What, 3?
No, I was missing 2.
Well, then why does it say 3 on there?
That's a completely separate
Oh,
fact. But if you
you were
heal-
missing-
Oh.
You were missing 12.
No, I wasn't.
Yes, you're
missing
missing. No,
No,
you're missing.
I see. Yep, heal 2
Because
to
I put-
Noman.
You're missing 12 because I put 8 on you. Your max HP has been increased by 10 points.
Oh, that's right.
Wait,
So
if 8 increases your max HP, it doesn't give you health to compensate?
No.
So
Oh.
a lot of systems have a different problem differentiating between a maximum a temporary max HP increase and a temporary HP increase. So a temporary will increase your maximum HP, right? But aid gives you health. So it's your health points are increased. But I doubt the system knows how to do that.
Wait. So when you get aid, you not only get the maximum HP, but the HP to make up for. So let's say you have 5 wounds, you are down to 50 HP, and your max is 55, and then you cast aid. Now your max is 65. Do you still have 50 HP or do you have 60 HP?
You would only in that case it would only get that 5 bonus because you're only it doesn't heal.
Right,
just
it doesn't heal
increases
you.
your
It
max
just
HP.
increases your max HP. Yep, I got it. All right. I wanted to make sure that it was right. It is. And Noman, what do you do?
I guess I'm just gonna try and stab the snail some more. I mean,
You're only making it angrier.
we'll,
Alright. Out of character. So what are we gonna do? So most of our attacks are magic based. So I mean, are we just gonna hold him here until Sagi just blow darts him to death? That might take a while.
my attack rolls are really lame right now. I'm working on it. Okay.
Dun, 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 dun. I move here and here. And I attack Noman. What?
Man, nobody's fucking batting anything today.
This is.
Get onto this.
Get out of my cave. Plus, you're totally stealing my gimmick. Being hard in a shell is my thing.
Stealing your gimmick, I bet I outlive you by 200 years at least, you gastropod.
Whoa. Are you anti-gastropod?
No, I'm just calling a rock a rock.
Soggy.
Soggy Sir looks to Noman and says, Metal Man, are you going to take shell off? Because Soggy does not know if dodge is working.
I will see what I can do.
Your darts continue to bounce off of its hard shell. Oh, hey. You don't get to move the baby owl bear. Only I do. But it does run over here, so you're lucky. This is a wild animal. It does what it wants.
In other words, does what you want.
Well, I mean, I have to control all the things that are NPCs, so yeah. But luckily it does want to hide from the giant death snail, so. Nova, what do you do? You're like, yeah, that's a good idea. I'm going to go with these guys. Noman, you have fun swinging at the snail.
Soggy seems to have taken some damage.
Yeah. A little bit.
I'm gonna use
Don't forget,
the
every time you heal that, you have some self-healing there too.
yeah. I've been pressing that,
Okay, good.
but I've only healed once. I pressed it once.
Okay.
Um, should I use a spell to heal him? Because I mean, I have whatchamacallit? Let's see. I have the healer's feat. I could just heal you for 2d6.
Yeah, but then you don't get health.
Yeah, health. All right, no problem. I'm just gonna go with this. But it'll probably be more beneficial anyway.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Target.
two for one, you know. Once again, Nova's hands begin to glow as she touches the kobold and eases his wounds.
Soggy thanks you, Nova.
Wrestle the snail. Rip its shell off. Noman?
You lost no money,
Oh.
guys. Oh, there you.
No. Okay, I was muted. I'm thinking about this. I'm thinking, how am I gonna go about this? What's the vertical clearance of the snail?
Like 6.5 to 8.5 feet. It's pretty big.
Okay, but well within my range.
Yeah.
Okay. Hmm. Okay. I'm going to attempt to do something special. I am going to jump 18 feet straight up into the air in an arc. And I'm going to try and land on the snail in a like reverse mount where my feet are pressed up against its eye sockets.
Okay. The eyes are on the end of those stalks.
I mean, the eye sockets. The
Okay,
snail only has 2 eye sockets, not 4.
yeah, gotcha.
So what do I have to do?
Fly around in a circle like Peter Pan, and then you just jump. That's just part of your normal movement and everything that you can just do.
But like, how do I stick the landing?
Yeah. So to attack him in that manner would just be a regular melee attack against it, but because you have the boots of leaping and hopping or whatever, springing and
Striding and springing.
striding and springing, I'm gonna give you advantage on the attack. So
Oh boy.
So you leap into the air and you try to slam into him, and you roll an attack with advantage.
I hope I hit, because it's going to be really lame if I don't. Hey! Nah. So I did it.
Yes, you did. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you had like some kind of thing planned. Is this something I'm just supposed to figure out what happens?
Oh, yeah. No, I wasn't using a special ability or anything. I was
Okay.
improvising.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
improvising right now.
Oh, okay. Then let me think for a second here, because you're going into the eye sockets where this thing. Yeah. So I was trying to build up charges, but let's see. Either it bursts like normal or it fizzles. Let's see. Oh man, it totally fizzles.
Yeah.
There was a chance that I was just gonna like burn you with it.
Cool. I'm glad to not be burned. But now I'm sitting with my butt on the snail and my feet shoved in its skull eye sockets. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
Can I make my other attack against the snail?
No.
Oh, okay.
You got to make it drop its charge.
As a bonus action, I'm going to use cover on myself.
Okay.
Wait.
You just used it on a snail. Don't do that.
Fuck. Oops. I use it on me this time.
There you go.
Okay.
I don't like you being on me, so I try to slam you to the ground, and also you notice that the part of you that's touching my slimy body like is getting coated in slime.
Yes. Hey, he hits me. Good job. He got to roll that at advantage? Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, because you're on top of him.
Yeah, you rolled a G19.
And so as he slams you to the ground off of him, you take some points of damage.
Yeah, just a few.
Shouldn't you make a strength check to see if he gets off him?
No, because he didn't.
Nah.
He didn't officially grapple him. He was just kind of riding him. And so I slammed him to the ground off of me. Okay, and so now, Noman, as you're slammed off of me, you notice that you're still coated in some of the slime.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
You should really wear something.
You should have worn something. Soggy.
Soggy is
The
sort of
baby owl
panicking,
bear runs over here.
and Soggy is going to continue trying to blow gun it.
Oh man.
Soggy's like, this is bad, this is bad.
Yes, it is. You move behind the pillar where now you no longer have line of sight to the snail, but that's maybe not such a bad thing.
Indeed.
By the way, that terrain there is indeed elevated ground that you can get to that would, make it harder for the snail to reach you. Nova?
See, I have an idea, but it's like me casting a spell at him, so I don't know if it would work.
I have a new idea.
I was thinking about casting banishment.
Ooh.
Yeah, screw it, I'm doing it. I don't know what the range of the spell is. Give me a second. Make sure I don't do something silly. Yeah, range is 60 feet. Okay. Oh no, I didn't mean to target Soggy.
Well, luckily Soggy succeeded. So you banish the giant death snail to another plane of existence.
Wait, really? That just works like that in 5e?
Temporary though.
Kind of. So
Oh, okay.
so now Nova has to concentrate for 1 minute, and the snail remains incapacitated on another dimension. And so for the next 10 rounds, Nova can concentrate and you guys can do whatever you want. And the snail is gone.
So, anyone open to just leaving?
Soggy sort of looks around and says, but Soggy does not know if there is other place to sleep.
This cave snail is incredibly dangerous. I'm gonna wipe some of this slime off me and say, we only have a few seconds to decide, so come on, let's put our boots to this. we staying and killing the thing, even though it's so powerful, or are we leaving? Because all we get out of it is a comfortable night's rest in a cave. This is not worth a near fight to the death, and that is going to be a tough foe. Chop chop, we only have a moment.
Soggy, sir.
We are in its own. We are in its house. I mean, it lives here. We don't.
Soggy tried to communicate, and it seemed more eager to kill.
Alright, well, come on, Soggy, make a call. Is it worth staying here? This thing's gonna try and kill us, and it's gonna be a hard fight.
Soggy understands. Then Soggy says, "We go."
Alright, cool, everyone, tear out. So, we leave.
Okay. So, yeah. You guys leave the cave, and it is nighttime out in the Carpathian Mountains, and you guys are traveling, on I wouldn't say like rough road, but it's certainly not the smoothest, road. And so as you guys are traveling, you're going to have to make a dexterity check in order to avoid stumbling and falling on the road.
Oof, it looks like I get to eat shit. Oh, but not as hard as she does.
All right. So, Nova and Noman, you guys, are attempting to navigate, and you're falling and stumbling, and it just turns out that trying to walk the mountains at night is a bad idea. So you guys have no choice but to stop and rest out in the open.
Wait. What do you mean walk the mountains? I thought we made a constitution check to soldier beyond the.
Oh, right. You're in the here. Let me show you. So now on the map, you are.
We are
right here.
I see.
So, yeah, you like that?
Yes, it's just we're almost spitting distance from that. Yeah.
And so you guys, not on the mountain, but you're like, still in the mountainous area.
Okay.
You're within striking distance of the wyverns and the manticores and the other things.
Yeah.
And so you guys have no choice but to rest out in that open because you're just stumbling around at night.
Yes.
Can Soggy at least find a different place to rest in?
Mm.
Like a survival check.
No. Your survival check was to find that cave, and now there's just open, field and hills and all that to rest on.
Darn it.
So now, resting out in the open, you guys are already like deep into the night. What do you do about setting up camp? Because setting up the full camp is going to take, precious resting time. Full camp is tents, fire, food, bed rolls, all of that. Otherwise, for quick camp, you just grab your bed rolls, roll them out, and like everybody shut up, it's sleepy time.
Huh, I don't have any of that.
No one instructs. Just put your bedrolls up. I'll work on the camp through the night. Things will be comfy by the time you wake up.
Wait, that doesn't work, because then you're just gonna have to wake them up to go into the tent or whatever. Like the
The tent will not be a thing.
Oh, okay. Because like
Like when I was fighting General Vasantis, I wasn't exactly carrying like an entire outdoorsman bushcraft like bedrolls and tents and stuff. Because I thought, I thought it would be my last adventure, to be honest. But now I haven't really had the chance to buy any of those things. So I don't have a bedroll or a tent or anything like that.
that is unfortunate. Because that means that you're going to have to make a constitution check to avoid having one level of exhaustion for not getting proper rest. Also, if you guys don't take the time to eat, that's another strike against you getting full rest.
Soggy's going to help with finding rest, getting her comfortable by sort of setting up her thing.
What thing?
By setting up his bedroll.
Oh, you give up your bedroll for Nova?
Yep.
Okay, then Nova, Soggy offers you a bedroll that is about up to your belly button, and has a pillow that is made with like seaweed and stuff that Soggy likes. So it's not the most comfortable thing, and so your role still mattered. But now Soggy, you also have to roll, and
Well, no, hold up. I'm gonna like kiss Soggy on the cheek, tell him that's sweet, but I think I can manage. Next time I get the opportunity, I'll make sure to buy some proper outdoor equipment.
Soggy sort of looks to her and sort of nods and just sort of cuddles in for the night.
okay, but is anybody eating rations?
Yes.
Okay.
The owlbear cub is certainly going to eat rations.
Well, yeah. Otherwise, he's going to be up all night screaming. So you can subtract rations for him, and then if you're eating rations, subtract those, but then also that takes another hour's time that you could have been sleeping. So now it's like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Okay. So subtract what?
Now, as you guys finally are getting to sleep, Noman, I assume you're doing that sentinel watch thing?
Yeah, essentially, I'm standing around at full attention, just kind of resting my mechanical joints.
Yeah. Roll for perception.
A mighty 7 is my claim to fame.
It is. All right. You don't see anything and realize that you've been absent-mindedly fiddling with your arm blade, still upset about it jamming, and you haven't been paying attention when suddenly overhead you hear the clap of big leathery wings, and you see the manticores from before expanding their hunting territory. They've spotted you, and they roar in your general direction.
I am going to. I'm gonna make 2 loud knocks on my helmet and fucking arouse my allies again. Seriously,
Soggy is wake. Soggy is wake.
fuck this country.
I'm fighting again.
Yeah, it's the war that never ends. This time, we kill these manticores.
All right, so they continue to fly in circles by you, roaring.
I'm gonna roar
Uh,
back. I'm gonna cast thaumaturgy and speak with a sound of thunder.
Soggy Sir looks up to them and tries to listen in to see if he can understand them.
Roll
First, I'll roll for intimidate, then I'll cast the
I
spell.
was gonna say roll either intimidate or animal handling, whichever you're like going for.
Wait, do we want to go for animal handling first? You want to try that, Soggy?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Soggy Sir looks up and says, aren't you too... Soggy does not think you should be here. We did defeat you once, so it would be bad for your survival if you attacked us again.
Just Soggy's going all scoreboard on him. So I'd just like to remind you of the last time we whooped your asses. Alright, Soggy. So as
They're pretty ballsy. They should still be injured from the last time we fought them.
not in 5e rules. They rested, so they good. And so as they you know, hear Soggy saying that, uh they react very poorly because he's trying to treat them like animals, and they actually have, I mean, low human but still human like intelligence. Really low human like intelligence though. I think they have like a 6. So manticores are actually like intelligent enough, and so because you used animal handling on them, you insulted them, and as a result, uh, they kind of hiss back at you that they'll be back, and they fly off and wait until you guys are no longer alert to their presence to attack.
No rest for me.
Soggy does not like this.
I'm quite tired also. I guess we'll have to just keep moving on.
Mm.
So we want to like try to rest in shifts.
Well, I'm not truly ever going to sleep.
You'll sleep when you're dead and all that stuff.
Soggy, why don't you get some rest, and then I'll rest after you, and then we'll go on.
Yeah.
That is good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I understand correctly, Noman and Nova are gonna stay awake on watch while Soggy gets his long rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, because as a warlock, Soggy gets all his spell slots back from a short rest, although I'm not sure if he has any spent spell slots right now anyway.
I mean, I did spend a slot on the Thunderwave.
Oh, okay. So Soggy would get all his spell slots back from a short rest, and I know that doesn't do anything about the impending exhaustion if you guys don't get long rest, but it does at least give him his full, arsenal of attacks. Um, and then, Nova could get the long rest, and then if there's time, Soggy could get his long rest. That way, you guys are recharging everything optimally there. But if you want to get Soggy some rest, it'll be morning by the time he has gotten his long rest.
Yeah.
So, Soggy long rest. Soggy gets his long rest.
Yeah.
Okay. I am
I was going to
applying.
say a short rest.
Yeah, but we want you completely rested up. It's not the spells that we're worried about so much as that we're worried about the exhaustion since for not literally sleeping.
Yeah. We'll
Right.
rest, and then Nova will rest partway into the day. And then we'll head out.
All right.
Get
So
out of these Mentor's territory.
Soggy rests. Now it's the morning. Uh, Soggy's up. What do you guys do?
Put
Now I'll
Nova to
rest.
bed.
All right. So, Noman, as Nova is just getting into rest, you guys see a couple of carriages coming down the mountain and approaching where you are.
He's going to put on his halfling disguise and is going to try and hide the owl bear from sight.
I see. I'm gonna stand there and look presentable. Wait for these mental gen to pass on through.
Soggy sort of looks to the carriage and says, "Good morning to you."
Well,
Actually, preparatory question. I want to understand the composition of this carriage ride. Does it look like there's money in it? How many soldiers? Things like that.
There's two carriages, and they both look very fancy. And there is a complement of 9 soldiers, guards, knights, whatever, men with armor and weapons on horseback that are accompanying the two wagons, carriages, and as they approach, 5 of the men on horseback ride forward and tell you guys to clear the road.
All right.
And they like sit there and like lower their spears and like make you guys get well clear to the side of the road so that the carriages can pass, and they just hold you there. And then as the carriage passes, they go to join back up with it. And then they ride on. And so now you guys are alone again. What do you do?
I wait for Nova to finish sleeping.
Nova goes back to sleep after all that?
Yes, of course. We can't continue until everyone's rested.
Okay. So Nova tries to go back to sleep and is asleep for about 2 to 3 hours. So gets a short rest in. So that's something, you know.
And then what? We get interrupted again?
And then you hear hooves coming back up the main road.
Oh my fucking god. Alright.
And you see the men, all 5 of them, riding back up. Oh, Noman, I'm giving you a point of inspiration for jumping on the snail like that.
Okay. That seems kind of late.
Yeah, I know. And they ride back up, and they tell you, "Ho! Our Lord wishes a word with you."
I kind of roll my shoulders and looking to the ground for a moment, look up to them and state, I see. And which Lord wishes for this? By what name is he known?
It's Duke what's his name?
Duke, what's his name?
Yeah.
And Duke, what's his name? Who is that?
The one that you guys were just messing with.
I'm gonna look back at Soggy, and I'm gonna tell Soggy, stay here and keep Nova safe.
Soggy understands.
Great. And with that, Noman will look forward and state, all right, I will speak to him.
Excellent. And with that, they give a whistle, and the men from further back come riding forward with the Lord on horseback now, not in the carriage, and he motions you to come forward.
All right, I'll walk out to him.
All right. So as you approach, he says,
Oh, fuck.
"Listen,
Sorry,
I don't."
I hurt my knee.
Oh, okay. He says, "Listen, I don't know what that woman told you, but she has, mental issues and is convinced that she and I are in love, although I've only ever met her in passing before."
Noman is going to kind of rock his shoulders again, addressing the Duke directly, state, well, suppose it won't really shatter things. I'm actually just going to finally roll an insight. I want to see if he himself believes this statement.
Just get
As
up and
far as I
cast
can
the
tell,
zone of
'cause I am
truth.
not great at insight. 4.
4.
Yeah.
All right. So with your great insight, you study him intently, and you are 100% positive that he is telling the truth, and that this is a crazy woman, because
Okay.
Karen has given you every reason to think that.
Yeah, that was precisely what I was going to move forward with, but I just wanted to try and give her the benefit of the doubt. But, whatever.
Yep.
Noman is going to kind of just state, I believe something or some iteration thereof was true. It was a shame coming tangled up with that woman, Karen. If it wasn't for certain events, I wouldn't have bothered with her. But with her life, such as it is, being left in the state that it was, I felt bound to help her. But that generosity only extended so far, which is why things resolved the way they did.
Yes, indeed. And just so that we're clear, any, nonsense that she spread should obviously be, quelched.
Noman kind of nodding his head goes, yes, that makes sense. Why are there so many tokens appearing? Okay, anyway. Noman nods his head and goes, yes, that makes sense. She was saying some rather outlandish things.
Yeah, so, just let's all keep this under our hats, and, not discuss it any further.
Noman will nod to this and goes, if I have it my way, I'll never think about Karen for as long as I exist. And to put your mind at further ease, I intend to leave Carpathia. I have business that is taking me far away.
Ah, I see. That's a shame. I was going to invite you to ride with me to go hunting in the countryside.
Ah, I see. Well, that is a very generous offer, and I must say it is with some uh, sadness that I must decline. But indeed, I must leave Carpathia. I must. I have business to attend to elsewhere. Again, Duke, I am sorry for denying you that.
I see. So you intend to take the Bone Road east then?
Uh, Double checking. Yeah, I'm doing that, right?
Yes. Yes.
No one says yes. It is that way.
All right. Well, fair journey to you.
Mm. I nod and say, "Same to you."
All right. And then with that, they leave.
Cool. Yes. Now that seems to have been tied up with a neat little bow. Me and the Duke are good pals now.
I don't
Yeah.
believe that. It's a trap.
What do you mean you don't believe that it's a trap?
Watch, we're gonna have like some kind of unfortunate accident as we make through the mountains now.
I have to believe in my mind of mind that the Duke is not going to be so stupid as to think escalating the situation will make it go away. Because he has Noman sold. Noman isn't hiding anything. Noman is just going to leave and try and forget this forever. But you know what? Something comes about it. I'll just deal with that situation and continue to leave. It would have to take something really weird and ham-handed for the Duke to have something so terrible going on that I'm somehow tipped off to it, and that it is so terrible that it takes priority over what we're currently doing, which is a roller coaster of events that I can nearly guarantee will not occur. In all likelihood, even if something weird is happening, it's not weird to the type of grand nature that it would necessitate us staying in Carpathia a day longer than is necessary. I feel that it is fairly reasonable for me to be confident in this list of assumptions. And I'm not hearing any arguments in opposition of this.
Nope.
All right.
All
So
right, I'm going to go back and wait for Nova to finish her rest.
so eventually Nova does finish her rest, but now, it was morning, got interrupted, dealt with the Duke, Nova finally gets her long rest, but it's already, I mean, 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon already.
Yep. So we'll travel the Bone Road. Wait until it's night. Maybe travel a little longer than usual. We'll rest well outside of these mountains that are filled with monsters that suck.
All right, so the next city here is Unzad. It is a small, remote mountain village, not quite as dinky as the unnamed one that Karen came from, but pretty similar overall. You can choose to camp outside of there in the hills, or you can walk up the hill to the town and seek refuge in the town.
How far up the hill is the town?
I mean, like it's a good climb on foot, but you can get there.
Will it
So
significantly alter our travel time?
no, it's not like that.
Okay.
It's just, do you want to go to the town, or would you rather avoid the town altogether and camp outside it?
Well, pretty sure Nova wants a nice bed to sleep on.
Soggy doesn't mind either way.
Let's hear it. Nova, you want to try and get a bed for the night?
That would be very nice.
Yeah, let's head up into town.
All right. So, Unzad, although it is, small, it's got a inn because it's one of the last places you can stop before heading up the mountains to Kastra. So, it's something. It's not nothing.
And during the time, Soggy is just disguised as a halfling, and Soggy is trying to make sure no one sees his companion, his owlbear companion.
That's not gonna happen. If you're bringing the owlbear, it is definitely seen.
Okay, Soggy looks to Nova and says, is going to try and disguise it as like some sort of child and hand it over to Noman and says, make it like that he is not owlbear, like he is human, yes?
So you're going to disguise the owlbear as a human child and give him to Noman.
Yes, because Noman is the strongest.
Oh my god. This can only end in a hilarity.
You're quite silly.
This will be funny though.
Well, what can I do for you? Oh, you're just gonna stand there wasting my time, huh? Well, off with you then. I got better things to do than stand around looking at you.
I'm sorry. I am so tired. I have been traveling on the road for 3 days, and I would very much love to rent a bed from you.
How many rooms do you need?
3.
3 rooms. Okay. I see you got a baby there with you.
And Soggy says,
will you be needing a room with a crib?
yes, Soggy will need a room with crib.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was asking the youngster's father there.
Yeah, that is.
Noman will nod and say, yes, that will be required.
Oh, that's a strange sounding voice you got there.
Yes, the acoustics of my helmet are very unique.
Acoustics? What kind of weird mumbo jumbo are you talking?
Oh, sorry. It's a term used to describe how things affect noises. Acoustics.
Say, aren't you one of them there robots?
Yep.
Burn the witch.
And is that whose child is that?
I'm gonna look down at the shape-shifted owlbear and go,
Oh no. It's not shape shifted. The owlbear is literally just like shoved into a shirt and pants and like a blanket thrown over it to make it look like a human child, and you are cradling it like it's a human child.
Soggy sort of points to Nova.
Okay. I'm gonna say, oh, okay. I didn't realize that. So continuing on with the thing I was going to say, Yes. It's my
It's our baby.
Oh, I was nope, that is not the correct term to use. As the problem is that Noman can't just say it's my adopted son because he's a knight and his name might get somewhere. So he's just going to say, ah, yes, it's the son of someone I worked with. Yep.
Oh dear, don't be crazy. His mind's on the fritz since we haven't had us to get much rest lately. Let's take our son upstairs, sweetie.
I'm going to fucking die in this fucking suit of armor if you cook a lie like that. You cannot say these kinds of things, is what I'm saying. I'm saying all of this in my head because I can't suddenly burst that out and make the situation even more awkward. But Nova is going to reach up.
Nova is actually like cackling her ass off, like she's snickering.
Nova is going to reach up and he is going to kind of rotate something on the back of his head. It's going to make an audible click and a hiss. And it's just going to go right.
Roll animal
Anyway,
roll animal handling while all of this is going on.
And Soggy's going to help with that. So
no, there's no way to help with this. This is for him to try and keep the owl bear from squirming and growling and like giving away.
So what can I do with my inspiration?
You can roll with advantage.
Okay, I'm going to do that.
Oh man.
Hey, 12.
You think quickly and allow the owl bear to start gnawing on one of your metal fingers because it can't do much. After it growls, it goes and the innkeeper says, "What was that?" And you're like, go ahead.
No one's gonna finally shut this down and say, anyway, enough with the gab. 3 rooms, please. I'll pay up front.
Yeah. And you're like, oh, it's just his stomach, and you allow his anger to be taken out on your fingers, shutting him up and keeping him from giving away anything more. And the innkeeper wants 1 gold each for the 2 single beds, and then 2 gold for the bed with the crib.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Fine. No one pays the full fee.
Yeah, 4 gold. Cough it up.
Noman will flip 5 onto the counter and say, all right.
All right. So, as you guys are shown to your rooms, this is a very poor town. So the rooms are made of simple wood and clay. And the beds are, hay and coarse threaded blankets and stuff like that. This is not a hotel. And the only thing that they have is like, a simple stew, and in the mornings they make fresh eggs and porridge.
Reminds me of home.
Yes. Also, fuck that situation. I don't need no rumors about no wife circulating. Nor no adopted son.
Soggy
But
sort
I'm
of
glad
looks
this is a
around and
podunk
says,
town. That might be dangerous somewhere else.
Soggy sort of looks to the group and says, "No, you could have said that you were just holding daughter for, for, for Nova."
Hmm. Right. Suppose I could have said something like that. It was hard for me to formulate a lie like that on the spot. Not normally my sort of thing.
So now you guys are checked into your rooms and, able to at least wash some of the dirt and dust and blood and all of that off of you, and everybody feels safe and secure. Here in town, there's not much, but you can restock and resupply a little bit. Rations, of course, and basic needs. If there's anything specific that you're not sure, just ask if you want to get something while you're here in a town, because you have a bit of the day, left to do stuff before you're gonna just be, back in your rooms.
Okay.
Unless you guys don't need and or want anything and you just hang out in your rooms.
Soggy is going to get some more rations.
Okay. Yep. So, there's rations available. People on the streets are selling, different kinds of roots, you know, and these carrots and radishes and things like that might not be, the tastiest things, but they keep really well.
Hmm.
And so you're able to buy some rations, but as it gets late and you guys are in your rooms, at some point late in the night, early in the morning, a new visitor arrives at the inn, and you can hear them arrive to a lot of noise and everything. These are heavily armored men walking around, and you can hear the clank of the metal as they go to their rooms just below you, on the floor. You guys are on the third floor, they're on the second floor.
Hmm.
Not me. I am
Yeah.
knocked out. I am enjoying my bed.
Yes. Noman is going to kind of run a sharpening stone along his arm blade and kind of think inside his head. Cutting cans, probably. Otherwise, I don't think we'll move to do anything.
All right, so in the morning, you guys are awake and rested, and what do you do?
I'm gonna go buy a tent and a bedroll.
Hey, good idea.
All right,
So, how many rations do we get?
how many do you purchase?
How much per ration?
1 silver piece.
Then I'm going to buy as many as I. So, sort of 10.
Okay.
I'll buy 20.
20 now, give me 30. Do I hear 30?
So how many coins is 10?
One gold.
1 gold?
Yep.
I'll give 2 gold pieces. And how much for the tent and bedroll?
I'm not 100% sure, but I think the tent is 1 gold piece and the bedroll is the same, but I could be mistaken. Hold on.
Better be fancy. A whole gold piece.
Yeah,
It's probably like 23 silver or something.
it might
Couple of
be
gold
something,
pieces.
something weird like that. So bedroll says 1 gold piece, 7 pounds. It's right in the items.
Alright, I'll just look it up.
So that well, that way you can also drag it over and have the correct weight and everything.
Oh, yeah.
So here's your bedroll. Boom. And then what was the other thing? Tent. Oh yeah.
A tent can house up to 3 people, I think.
Sleeps 2. And it's 2 gold pieces and 20 pounds.
So in total, I'm fucking over what, like 6 gold pieces?
Yep. Yeah, a tent sleeps 2, so. And then where it says you have your rations, it says 7, you just add 20 to that. All right. So what else do you guys do as Nova strolls the town looking for a tent and bedroll? Finally, she finds the outfitters and gets outfitted. And Soggy, of course, has purchased some rations. He's got a bunch of radishes and beets. And Noman, what are you doing?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think there's much for me to do. Yeah. No, not really. I guess I'm probably actually just keeping a tight lid on the owlbear.
All right. So as you're hiding in the room waiting for the others to finish what they're doing, roll for perception.
Perception, you say? Okay.
I imagine Soggy sort of made sure to make sure
I
the
see it, I guess.
owlbear is safe.
Noman is taking care of the owlbear. And so, yeah, you hear the men gathering outside the door of Soggy and Nova's rooms.
But they're not in those rooms.
They're not. And then they open the door and go inside.
I see. That's interesting. I wonder what I'm supposed to do with this information.
If they're expecting to steal something from Soggy's room, they're going to be disappointed because they Soggy usually keeps all the stuff he really sees as important on his person all the time.
I'm sure he does.
Yeah. That is interesting. So I'm gonna sit here and just listen for what they're doing.
They are in the room. Zuh.
Do they say anything? Does it sound like they're doing something?
It sounds like they're shuffling around.
Maybe planning an ambush, I guess. Well, I'm gonna sit here. I mean, I'll give it a few minutes if they don't seem to do anything.
All right, so you guys finish up your shopping. What do you do?
I figured we'd meet. You know, where was the last place we knew? I guess would be the inn, right?
Was that where you guys said you'd meet?
I don't think we had an agreed upon meeting place, but he hasn't left the inn, and we went out shopping, so I assume that's where we'd meet, right?
Oh, I guess so then. So you go back to the inn,
Indeed.
and where do you go? Do you go to your room? Do you go to Noman's room? Do you go to the pool?
Go to Noman's room since that's where the owlbear is. Soggy sort of speaks up and looks out and says, Soggy is back.
Good. Come in. Take a seat. We're waiting for Nova.
All right, Nova, you get back, and where do you go?
I guess I would. Dang, I guess I'd be going back to my room. Then I don't know. Was there a plan to meet? Because I don't think so, right?
Oh. I mean, I kind of assumed we did plan to meet. If that wasn't the case, I would have posted Soggy to flag you down.
Because I thought we were all leaving, like after we were done with our shopping. So
yeah, but then under that assumption, I thought we were gonna meet up.
Yeah, and then if we were gonna meet in the inn, we'd all be. I assume we'd all be downstairs. But you're hanging out in the room, I suppose.
Yeah, we're hanging out in my room. Like, if there wasn't any plan for you to come here, I'd have posted Soggy to flag you.
All right, I guess I'll go to. I go to his room.
All right. So you go to his room.
So then Noman, being with these two, will finally say, so there are men in your guys' rooms.
Soggy did not know this. Do you know why?
Can't tell. They're waiting in ambush, I'm assuming.
Then Soggy sort of walks to him and says, and whispers, well, I think then that we should leave as soon as possible.
Makes sense to me. It's an avoidable confrontation.
I agree. We should probably get going now then.
Understood.
Yes. To Water Temple.
All right. So you guys go to leave?
Yep.
As you go to leave, suddenly the doors on the other side of the hall in Soggy and Nova's rooms open up at the same time, and all of you enter the hallway together, and they look just as surprised to see you as you are to see them, maybe even more so. And suddenly they just start shoving their way past you and run down the hallway and out the door, and they're gone.
Okay.
Did Soggy see anything like they were carrying anything?
Just their own shields and weapons.
Yeah, so that's basically it.
So what do you guys do?
I guess we leave.
Yeah.
Not
No
gonna,
use. Not gonna follow them.
no, I was gonna say not gonna file a complaint with the inn about being accosted. We were.
I mean, technically, yeah, but like, we're leaving town. What do we care?
Oh, okay.
It's not
So
like we need to report them to the Fantasy Better Business Bureau.
yes, the FBBB.
Yeah.
So you guys go to leave town, and you're traveling, right?
Yes.
Yep.
And you get to about here before it starts getting dark, and once again you have to decide if you're gonna push on and double march for the day and make it to the last town here, Mepa, whatever it is,
Mepa?
MEPA. I think that's what it's called. But anyway, the last town here, you can make it there if you double march, but that will take you deep into the night by the time you reach town, or you can just camp out on the open plains.
Well, I mean, camping out on the open plains does make us kind of a target, but it's also easy to keep watch in open plains.
Well, I guess we set up camp then.
Yeah.
Understood.
Get my tent ready. Get my bedroll ready, and I guess we'll get a fire ready. If we I'll ask Soggy if he. Soggy, would you get us a campfire?
Soggy will do that.
All right, Soggy, roll for survival. Soggy, yeah, go ahead.
Soggy just sort of, as he's working on it, he accidentally dribbles out some water from his mouth and just sort of embarrassedly looks to that and says, whoopsie.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Oh well. Will you be all right, Noman, or should I cast Guardian of Faith?
I mean, it doesn't seem like you can hurt, but, I'll remain awake and lucid through the night, so.
Oh, well, I guess I'll cast Guardian of Faith, and then I'll call it a night.
All right. So you and Soggy lay down to rest while Noman does his standard sentinel watch thing. Noman, roll for perception.
Alright. Oops. $16?
Yeah, so you just barely catch a glimpse of a shadow streaking across the night sky, and then you turn and you look and you see a woman walking towards you down the road.
Uh-huh. Well, Nova casted their Guardian of Faith, so I feel like I could walk a few steps and remain on that side of the camp so that she very obviously has to interact with me before they can get close to my sleeping companions.
Right. So as you move, forward to intercept this person, you get a better look. You instantly recognize her hair and face
Oh, no,
and eyes. You know before you even hear her voice calling out to you. You can hear it in the back of your head like nails on chalkboard. Hey! Hey!
Fucking Karen.
Yes.
How?
I don't know. Hello, Karen.
Hey! You guys left me up there. I had to run for my life, but now here I am.
Yes, I've noticed. Here you are.
You see when she says that she is indeed covered in blood.
Come here. Is that your own blood?
I think it is.
Alright. I'm gonna approach Karen, and as I do, going to kind of walk up and, well, stick her with my healing needles.
Yeah. And as you do so, she says, "No, I'm fine." And you see that although there is a lot of blood, it's all dried blood and you can't see any wounds.
Well, better safe than sorry. Just because they believe they're unharmed doesn't mean they are.
I said get off of me!
Anyway, so, what do you want?
Well, it's a funny thing. After you left, I was confronted by the Duke and his wife.
Okay.
And you know what happened?
What happened?
They did this to me. And with that, she raises her arms and wings shoot out of her back. And with one mighty thrust, she thrusts down and her upper torso rips out of her lower body. And she flies into the air and begins to fly around, screaming about how she'll have her revenge on you.
That's really something there.
Sagi sort of wakes up to this and says, What's happening? I hear
Karen's back. She wants revenge.
And so that is where we draw to a close for this session. I want to thank you guys for playing. I want to thank anyone who's watching. And as always, everyone, good gaming.